Yeah, so if you remember, I said we're gonna make something that looks like this. Okay. So let's get on that, shall we? Second. Right. There we go. So I'm gonna clear out all of the junk we have on this page, and we're gonna start afresh. Okay. So here we go. Clear this out. Clear this out. So this is the blank page again. Now we're gonna get a little more serious. Alright, so the first thing I want to write is start with a div. So in real life, you're probably going to start every page you work on with a div, right? Because it helps you divide your content, it helps you divide the structure of your page, okay? And how many divs do I need? So I'm going to show you. Let's look at this image for instance. We want this area to appear like this. This is one area, this is one div. This can be another div. This could be another div, right? So if we were to achieve what we have on this page, we could break them down into divs, and I'll show you just a simple part of it. So I'll start by creating two divs. There we go. The first, come on, the first one is where I'll say put an H1 and say I am a doctor. In your case, you can put whatever you like there, right? And then within the same div, I can put a paragraph that says I do not like patients, right? That is just for me, and doesn't have to apply to anyone else. There's nothing with concept. Okay. Now, if I save this, this is what we have. Pretty ugly, nothing fancy, right? All right, next thing, we have an image over here. How do we achieve that? I want to put this image in another div. First, I need to find an image of a doctor. So I'm gonna go on images.google.com. Whew. Right, so understand why I search for PNG, because PNG images can have transparent backgrounds, but JPEG cannot have transparent backgrounds. Right, so for a lot of times you like to have the PNG background, the PNG image rather, so you can have transparency. Okay, so I think I'll save this image, even though I don't like this guy's face. I'll save this image. I'm gonna save it in my first site folder, images, name it doctor.png. Okay, that is saved. Now I made sure it is saved in my images folder. You can see that, right? Images folder, same place with Galaxy. And then, like we did for the Galaxy image, we create an image tag and say source is equal to images doctor.png, and there we are. And we reload, and boom, oversized, too big. Okay, let's give him some size, some width. Let's say 200, and yeah, a little bit much better. Okay, not bad. Now, how do we take this from appearing like this to appear like this, side by side? Now you see the power of divs and styling. Watch. I'm going to apply a style on this div. And what is it? It's called display property. Okay? This display property determines how it renders on the page, like the name implies. And I'll say inline block. I will then come for this div, or rather to this div, and do the same thing inline block. Now, I hope this doesn't embarrass me. Watch. Boom. Can you see that? Now they are appearing side by side. We're starting to get close here, even though it's still far away. Okay, let's get further. I want this text to be on the top. So I think what I'll use is vertical align. I'm not sure this is going to work, but let's give it a shot. Top. Ha ha ha, it worked. So you see, now my text is on top and the doctor is by the side. So we've achieved something close to this, but not exactly the same thing. But you get the idea, right? We can decide to put another div here and say div, what are we going to put? So we want this div that I just added to represent this part of the page. So what am I going to do to it? Exactly, just what it thought, right? Well, that's if it thought, right? I'm going to make it inline block as well. All right. I'm going to say style, display, inline block. The only problem is my div is still empty, so nothing shows up there. So let us give it some extra properties. We can say width is equal to 300 pixels. We can say height is 500. And then we can give it a background color of gray. And save it. Watch, boom, blah, it breaks the whole thing, right? And if my page were wider, this is what it's going to look like. So this is really ugly, but you know, it looks closer to this. So I'm just gonna hack this color a bit and say. So you see, up to now I've been using actual color names, but in CSS or in HTML, you don't have to use color names. You can use what we call the hex code for colors, right? And you achieve that by starting with a hash, and this is a particular color code. My very good friend. When I do this, you can see it looks pretty close to this guy, but then that is a color code CCC with a hash, right? It's also the same thing as this. Okay. All right. So if I change one of this, it becomes something else entirely. You can see that, right? I change two, becomes something else. So the colors can be coded and they can be written out as names, right?